Every film begins as a spark, and your first task as an AI filmmaker is learning how to protect that spark long enough for it to grow into something real. An idea becomes filmable when you translate emotion into imagery, and that translation is a skill you can practice every day. You start by asking what the core feeling of your idea is, because AI responds beautifully to emotional clarity. When you know the emotional center, you can shape the world, characters, and tone around it with intention. AI tools thrive when you give them a clear direction, so your job is to turn vague inspiration into concrete visual language. A filmable concept always has a setting, a character, and a conflict, even if they are minimal or symbolic. You don't need a full script at this stage, only a strong sense of what the viewer should feel. When you describe your idea to yourself, imagine you're pitching it to someone who has never heard of your world before. If you can explain it in one vivid paragraph, you're already halfway to a filmable concept. AI filmmaking rewards specificity, so choose details that anchor your idea in a recognizable reality. These moments act as guideposts for your future prompts and scenes. When you think of your idea, try to see it as a sequence of images rather than a block of text. These moments act as guideposts for your future prompts and scenes. When you think of your idea, try to see it as a sequence of images rather than a block of text. AI understands imagery better than abstract theory, so train yourself to think visually. Ask yourself what the world of your idea looks like at sunrise, at night, in the rain, or in silence. These variations help you understand the atmosphere your film will carry. A filmable concept also needs a sense of scale, so decide whether your story is intimate, epic, surreal, or grounded. AI tools can handle any scale, but your clarity determines the final quality. When shaping your idea, imagine the camera moving through the world you're creating. This mental exercise helps you identify what is visually possible and what needs refinement. A strong concept has a clear protagonist, even if the protagonist is symbolic, like a memory or a place. The protagonist's desire gives your film direction, and AI responds well to direction. Think about what your protagonist wants and what stands in their way, because conflict creates cinematic tension. When you can describe the emotional journey in one sentence, your concept becomes even more filmable. AI filmmaking is not about complexity, but about clarity. So simplify until the idea feels sharp. A filmable idea also has a visual identity, so consider colors, textures, and moods that define your world. These elements will later guide your prompts and help maintain consistency. If the poster is clear in your mind, the concept is ready for development. A filmable concept should excite you, because your enthusiasm fuels the creative process. If the idea feels flat, reshape it until it sparks again. AI filmmaking allows you to experiment quickly, so don't be afraid to test early visuals to see if the concept holds. When you see the first images, you'll understand whether the idea needs expansion or simplification. A good concept is flexible enough to evolve, but strong enough to stay recognizable. Think of your idea as a seed that contains the entire film in miniature form. Your job is to nurture that seed with intention, clarity, and imagination. When you can describe your idea visually, emotionally, and structurally, it becomes fully filmable. And once your concept feels alive in your mind, AI becomes the tool that brings it into the world with surprising beauty. This is the first step in becoming an AI filmmaker, learning to transform inspiration into a concept that can breathe on screen.